Peace, love, and darkness. Welcome back to my channel. And let's hop right into it today. But first, I want to say thank you for everyone who's supporting, who's coming through. I see you. And this is a safe space. Drop your comments below. I would love to hear from you and engage with you. So how do we break the simulation, right? You break the simulation all through your stimulus. And I do have some notes. So what is a simulation? Let's understand that words are very important. Reality is created through laws. Everything is created through laws. Laws govern how something can operate. Just like if you have a vehicle, there are laws governing your vehicle, not only on the street, but you also have laws that require you to get an emissions done, right? To check your transmission fuel. Every state is different, but there are laws governing for you to even have that vehicle on the street. You can have the title, you can have all these things, but if you don't have insurance, if you didn't get your car checked, guess what? You can't drive the car. That's if you follow the rules. So now a simulation. So before I get into simulation though, let's get back into why words are important, because they govern and shape. They help produce these laws, right? Words help to communicate the laws. And words are the spell, because words, when you say a word, you're spelling the word. So meaning you're expressing a vibration. Words carry a vibration. So a word is being spelt, meaning the vibration is being felt. The word is being spelt, the vibration is being felt, period. Because words are being spelt and the vibration is being felt. So a simulation is what? A false show. A simulation is a false show. A simulation is something similar. Simulation means similar. Like as you can see, like these two windows right here, they're similar. A simulation is similar. Okay, it's alike, it's a resembling of the same kind. So as within, so without. Because everything is a law, everything came from something, right? Words created this entire universe from the very beginning. Source energy. Source is the words that source spoke those words to put itself into various levels and degrees of creation, from the amoeba all the way up to us humans. So knowing what the words mean and the vibration it carries will help you to see, because a simulation is of the same kind. As within, so without. It's a code. That simulation, which gets into this. I know you've seen plenty of movies, right? Cartoons, where someone pretends to be someone else, right? Or someone is acting like they're like Big Mama House. You pretending to be something that you're not, right? What does this look like? How would you get that reaction of, okay, you got me? Because you know how you've seen a cartoon, seen somebody pretending to be someone. Someone catches on to them and they're like, okay, you got me, right? Because the stimulus can be broken through, the simulation can be broken through the stimulus. For someone to say, okay, you got me, clearly their mask has fallen. They were not able to uphold and live the false show that they are putting on. They were being a simulation. So how do you get to, okay, you got me, like the jig is up? You know that this is fake. You know that this is a phony. This is not real. How do you get to that point? Because it's a feedback loop. See, the simulation is built and created upon the stimulus. The stimulus is providing that feedback loop. Because this is observation, this is intelligence. This is what source does. This is how the organism continue to create. This is how the atoms know how to form, the subatomic particles, because things are knowing, oh, okay, this is my like, this is what I go to. So everything is a feedback loop. Everything knows that this is what I'm supposed to do innately, naturally. This is the proof right here in front of me, because you can see organisms. We watch other organisms. We see what other people are doing, other living things are doing. So the codes are the stimulus, and the codes are what the codes really mean. Trained. That's really what the codes mean. Coding, computer coding, your phone is coding. A code is merely trained to perform and assimilate a certain task. A code is merely trained. So a stimulus can vary from person to person, just like the words. The words are producing the stimulus. The reality, the simulation is controlled through the stimulus. Stimulus is a stimulating property or effect. The stimulus is the effect of whatever produced that, whatever started that code. Okay, the code, whatever that code was, got the stimulus, got the reaction. So if you were coded with love means, again, nature versus nurture, not nature versus nurture, but Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Erik Erikson. So when you are 0 months old to 1.5, can you trust your environment? Erik Erikson, can you trust your environment? So if a baby knows that, oh, I can trust my environment, the code that was trained of love, the stimulus, they're going to respond to warmth. That's the code that is put into them. That will be the stimulus, and that will be the effect that they have. So they see someone loving and kind, they run to them, they run to the grandmother. Okay, they see a stranger, the stranger is giving off same energy as the parent. So what do? The effect, the stimulating property was the feeling of that warmth energy, because energy is real. You can feel energy. So you feel that energy, this is sparking your stimulus to it to respond. This is also the conditioning that, what was it, Pavlov's law. This is what he talked about conditioning animals. When you code something, you're coding it to react to a stimulus. The stimulus is how you break the simulation. You break the simulation through your stimulus. Because a stimulus also something that goads a lazy organ, right? Something that goads a lazy organ. Sheep, the sheep masters, the ones who put the sheep up, whatever they called, they have like a stick. Their stick is the effect of the sheep moving, because their stick is the goad that is basically getting them to move. An organ is not just the organs in our body. An organ is basically something that is being projected from the thing. So the organ can also be the whole body of that sheep. So the stimulus, that goad, has poked that sheep. Okay, the master is like, let's go, move. That's irritating the sheep, so the sheep is just moving. Okay, let's go. So the stimulus, something that goads a lazy organ, the simulation is broken through the stimulus. How can the simulation be broken through a stimulus? Because something that excites or arouses the mind or the spirit. That is what a stimulus does. So if you're in a simulation, as within, so without, if it is a continued feedback loop, you see the feedback of day one all the way up till now. You remember your childhood, you see all these different things. If you don't like it, because it's neither good nor bad, source is merely experiencing itself. But if you don't like it, because again, going back to language, okay, let me tell you this. Look at the way that we speak, right? Because language is important for creation. So going back to our language, we have decided this is good and this is bad. We kind of collectively agree what's good and what's bad. It's still subjective to each person, but collectively we can agree that having a 10 out of 10 ACEs score was bad, for those of you who know what adverse childhood experiences mean. So we can agree that a child going through trauma and abuse, that's bad. And we can agree that a child who is loved and protected, oh, that's good. So therefore we have an idea of what is good and what is bad. So if you don't like the simulation you are in, because the simulation you are in is merely a false show, it's a similar like, it's a resemblance of the same kind. It's only being projected out of that within that you are used to, what you're coded to. But you break the simulation through now something like a goad that sparks your lazy organ. Something that excites or arouses the mind or spirit. That is what a stimulus does. It excites and arouses the mind. The goad is arousing the sheep to move. Okay, the person, the sheep holder, he's hitting the sheep with a stick, but now that goad is like, oh, let me go. So your stimulus, whatever your stimulus is, because you're tired of something. So excitement and arousal, excitement does not mean I think there's a conditioning too to think excitement is like fun. No, not even, because excitement can also be somebody who's angry and ready to go fight. Oh, you excited, huh? You ready to go. Excitement is just a burst of energy. So something that excites or arouses the mind. Arouse means to awaken. Arouse means to stir to action. So excitement is to stir up emotions, and arouse means to stir up action, to awaken. So you break the simulation through your stimulus of removing the coding that no longer works for you. You realize, I don't like the way this has continued on. This continued loop, I don't like it. So now, if my continued loop was sadness, was anger, was blaming, it's not good nor bad either. Again, however you are feeling, feelings, emotions are what create this simulation. Whatever you feel is merely a false show, a resembling of the same like. So if you don't like it, you get to change your emotions. If you don't like what you've been feeling, now you get to take with awareness, because your awareness is your God. You use your God-given ability to change the direction, to have a pattern interrupt, because it's all a computer. So you take out the code real quick. You change up the system. You shake it up. That's the glitch in the matrix. You glitch it. Instead of always having your sympathetic nervous system on fight, flight, or fight, now your parasympathetic nervous system is reestablishing itself, and you have more calm and serenity and peace. You're thinking differently. You change the simulation. You change the show by your own stimulus. Now you're not responding and reacting in fight, flight, or freeze the way you once were. That's why the simulation is false, because whatever you respond to, the emotions that you have, that you're responding, that you're putting out, this is the mirror that you're going to see. But you do the pattern interrupt. You change that. You change your responses. If something is constantly bringing out a negative side of you, you focus on that and you switch that, and you allow something new to come. If you're always saying yes, it's time to start saying no, because now you're reestablishing your nervous system. Now you're reestablishing your own emotions, the things that you are awakened and aroused to. You no longer get aroused by drama. You no longer get aroused by comparison. You no longer get aroused by, judgment, because, oh my God, now you're excited. You have this overwhelming of excitement because you're feeling judged in that moment. This keeps you in the same loop. So now you change and you get excited, because excitement is not good nor bad. But now you get excited for, I'm about to drink me an 8-ounce glass of water. Like the smallest things change your reality. I lost 75 pounds. I'm telling y'all this for a reason. More than that, overcame my childhood trauma. The smallest things will change your reality because you're reprogramming your internal state, your internal system. That's how you're operating. So now you start focusing on something else. You get excited for it. I'm about to go for a walk. Okay, I'm about to go for a nice walk. Thank y'all for the love. I'm about to go for a nice walk, because remember, every event is a reoccurrence of a root template. The root template is the simulation. So if you reconstruct your root template, you're going to be in a new simulation. This is how you break the simulation through your stimulus. You break out the simulation through your stimulus. You cannot exit the matrix. You just get to create your own. A matrix is a set of rules. It's a system. That's it. It's a system within a system. So when you say the matrix, which matrix are you referring to? Because within the government, there are multiple matrices. Okay, within the family, there are multiple matrices. A matrix is merely systems within systems within systems. Because your body is systems within systems. Like I just stated, your parasympathetic nervous system, right? This is a system within your body. Not only are you a functioning being, you have something else on autopilot and consciously scanning the environment. If there was a big bang right now in your house, your whole body gonna bite. What the fuck is that? Just like an animal. You have a dog in your house, they hear something, a cat. Because you are a computer, so you can reprogram your computer all through your feelings, your emotions. Respond differently. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. It don't matter where you come from. It don't matter what you're going through. You have the power to change what you are seeing, because it's a feedback loop. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Thank y'all for coming through, period. I see y'all. Let me know any questions, y'all. How long have I been on? So I can keep track of time. 15 minutes. Ooh. Do y'all have any questions for me? I'm here to help y'all. I am Deity Princey. I'm Deity. You can call me Deity for short. I am a master coach, a transformational coach. I help you to master your mind. I do have a free sacred activation. The link is in my bio. You can download that. I do have books. I have one listed in my bio. This is more for healing the inner child and children who have gone through traumas. And I have another one that's about to drop soon. Stay tuned for that because that's going to really get your mind to where you desire to be. So to change the world, you have to change yourself. Ashe. Had to hop over fences and climb up the ladder to get what I want, bitch. I'm just getting better. They tried to tell me I would never be shit. Look at me now, body built like a brick. Sleep all you want, but I'm chasing my dreams. Everything I do is fucking supreme. Came from the hood, ain't shit sweet about me.